Yeah, go.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go. You've been on for 10 seconds.
All right. Okay, great. Welcome to RealLibertyMedia.com for WorldTruth.org. This is No Time for Rational Thinking special report. This is the Oregon Live update. I'm going to catch you up. We did some broadcasts last night for a couple 2.5 hours. Daniel Lewis Crumpton, Chuck O'Celli, Thomas Robert Lockevar Stewart joined the call, as did our own Master Brow. There's Flash and Chat. Welcome everybody listening in the chat. Those downstream, I welcome you to come back. Join the chat at RealLibertyMedia.com. Join WorldTruth.org, the alternative for the algorithms against us in Facebook. So, there's quite a bit to catch up on. Let's just back up. Let me see if I can outline from memory the events that occurred last night. A group of the occupiers at the Wildlife Refuge was headed to a community meeting in Oregon where they were intercepted, stopped, roadblocked, whatever the narrative may be, on the road about 20 miles from the refuge. Shots were fired. Lavoy Finken was killed. Ryan Bundy was wounded. Several other members were taken into custody. I say members, it's not a good idea. Members of the party in transit were taken into custody. Some were released. There's conflicting accounts of what has occurred there. I know one thing that would clear it all would be releasing the video from the law enforcement agencies that were in on this. Lavoy was said to have been shot with his hands in the air. There's a report from a gal, about a 15-minute video on YouTube. She described a hail of bullets being fired at them. So if that's true, then there ought to be plenty of pictures of bullet-ridden truck or transport that they were in. Another one that just came through from Grimner at here at Real Liberty Media from wait a minute, that's the wrong one. That's Intel Hub. From here it is tweeted by Real Liberty Media. That's at @barman_RLM on Twitter. Showdown imminent. FBI sets up checkpoints around Oregon Refuge. I have live stream running from David Fry. Let's see. I guess it's not live anymore, is it? Okay. So they were running a backhoe there. I don't know what they were digging. I'm gonna refresh them. Oh, it's stopping. All right, I'm gonna refresh them. So at that point, Pete Santilli later was arrested, I guess, in town. They're said to be being charged with interfering with the performance of federal employees or something to that effect. All right, they are back live streaming. No, that isn't live stream. It's replaying the 39 video, 30. Let me kill you there, buddy. Yeah, so live video, defend your base on YouTube. There's several other live feeds that I've been keeping up with. I'd like to say how much I'm disappointed by all the comments I see in these live feeds on YouTube. Most people, sick people, just waiting to see the bloodshed. Yeah, go ahead and pop your popcorn now. So there's still several members out there. I saw it from Jason Patrick. He did an interview we're showing earlier this morning on Bamboozer. Some media out there. This guy David Fry said the big communication broadcasting truck, whatever network it was, has left. So I wonder what action is going to be taken, whether they're going to wait them out. But these guys are armed, I guess. Listening to Vinny Eastwood last night with Chuck O'Celli and Daniel Lewis Crumpton, they proceeded. They were kind enough to come over and join the broadcaster last night on Real Liberty Media with me. They started out. I'm going to say this. I made comment in the O'Celli Effect Facebook page that I thought they started out with a little trivium thinking there in their presentation, asking questions and giving answers. But after about 15 minutes, see what they did. They started with the how. They did do a good job to come on a little bit later and explain the who, what, when, and where, and the why. So kudos to you guys, Vinny Eastwood, Tuckocelli, Daniel Lucid, Crufted, Tom Lugabar, Stewart also joined that broadcast. It is breaking news. FBI shoots and kills Oregon protester from Vinny Eastwood channel on YouTube. That originates on radio, American Freedom Radio. That's right. Now, there's been a lot of questioning as to did this really any of this really make any sense? Why they decided to take a stand here at this refuge and to occupy it? Well, first of all, it was a long ways out of the way, so they went out of their way to make sure that they were not causing any concern for public safety. That's my opinion. It's been suggested that that perhaps there were triggers. That it's kind of like the mob, with the pitchforks. Let's burn them down, right? So there is some discussion that the decision to occupy the refuge there was not a good decision. There's been a lot of good points. There's always a better way, as Hal Anthony says behind the woodshed. Excuse me one sec. Thank you. But where we do see, and as I explained last night, the reason is now my cousin called me and wanted to know all the hows. And for me, and the method that I've been learning for myself and my thinking over these past few years, and it may not be completely foreign to people, but it's really not taught. The trivium and putting the grammar and the logic and the rhetoric in the right place. So when I'm asked a question of how, I have a hard time saying how without actually backing up and giving whys, and before that adding the grammar, the who, what, when, and where, and it's very important. So if we start at the end and work backwards, I mean, I guess we can do that, but and I believe that's how the mind of most people works, and by design. That's social engineering and the propaganda that's been set as narrative for us all. But anyways, why were they there? Well, if you back it all the way up and take a look at what it is against us and how it is used against us, and for what purpose, why, and how. So who, what, when, and where, why, and how. Okay? So let me just back up. 1913, Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is private. It's conglomerate, bank-owned. They are a private corporation that print money. They exchange, that is, with the government. They exchange these Federal Reserve notes, which are private, and a note is a debt, and there is no reserve. They exchange them for T-bills with interest. Then the Treasury prints these bills. Basically worthless paper, I mean the intricacy in which they go about producing these bills to kind of counter any kind of counterfeiting is just their protection of their interest there. So anyways, so the money's printed, loaned to the government, and you pay income tax to support the interest rate there. So don't think your W-2s are going to pay any operation of government. It's paid into the to those at the top of the Ponzi scheme of the Federal Reserve. Now, as more and more debt is incurred, there needed to be more and more collateral secured for the debt. That has come in the form of resources of the land, of the soil, being minerals and water rights and so forth. So in order to gain more and more of these for securities, agencies by and for the federal government have instituted policies to remove productive use and occupation of the soil. In doing so, they are able to show that those that previously held the rights are not proving them up, so their rights, granted rights, titles, and so forth, are then secured by these agencies of the federal, by and for the federal government, such as the BLM, the Wildlife Service, and the Forest Service, and so forth. And then put up the security. So, Flash, you quit, better come back. Hey, Rome's, everybody in chat listening right now, reallibertymedia.com, for worldtruth.org. So anyways, there's been some 50,000 water rights stolen from individuals in the state of Nevada alone, not counting the rest of the West. So then they've got the right, the government or those agencies have then come in and take over these resources. Don't think for a minute any of the policies set forth are for the benefit of wildlife or for the land or for the public. It is part of the oligarchy of the corporatocracy that we are all being occupied by. The Lieber Code at the time that Lincoln instigated that, it shows that we are under occupation by foreign forces, and there's a lot of discussion as to maritime law, natural law, and so forth. Al Anthony, I think, is doing a fantastic job presenting how to address and redress these grievances and taking the battle back against these agencies and more particularly the individuals that are standing in the seats of decision of these agencies, judges and prosecutors and other so-called federal employees. I think it's very important that we all try for ourselves to sort through this, but I think it's a sad day when people are executed. Their trial is carried out on the spot. We're not far from things like Sander Spinner. We're not far from Nazi Germany in that. Let's see. Corey Gunnell's one of my great go-tos posting in the Bundy Ranch protest 4/12/14. This morning's Harney County press conference moved to 11 a.m., so that'll be about 45 minutes from now, per Facebook, per FBI, HTTPS, okay, all that, Twitter, FBI Portland status. I'm going to open that. Let's see what they have to say there. And it just does that right there. So, we're going to open that. FlashAlert.net, ID, FBI, Oregon. And, let's see, updated new time, 11 a.m., press conference advisory, Mulhur, National Wildlife Refuge situation. Law enforcement partners involved in this will hold a press conference at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, January 27th. Media may start setting up at 9:30. Location: Harney County Chamber of Commerce on Broadway in Burns, Oregon. Expected participants are the FBI Special Agent in Charge, Greg Bretzing, United States Attorney's Office, U.S. Attorney Bill Williams, and Harney County Sheriff Dave Ward. Establishment of checkpoints, update on Mulhur National Wildlife Refuge situation. The FBI and Oregon State Police have initiated a containment of the wildlife refuge in order to better assure that the safety of community members and law enforcement. Certainly no no concern about the lives within. The decision was made out of an abundance of caution. We ask you to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity. If you see something, say something. By God.
No.
Mark up. The containment procedure involves a series of checkpoints established along the key routes into and out of the wildlife refuge. Attempts to travel into the refuge. There will be, I got to go back here to Tom in just a minute. There will be, what is this? Signage. There will be signage. I don't know. I don't know that word is ahead of each checkpoint. So that's, I guess, some type of military term. Signage. 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 Will be stopped, identified, and asked to leave. Non-compliant people will be subject to arrest. Papers, please. Leaving the refuge. Anyone coming out of the refuge will have his or her identification confirmed and any associated vehicle searched. The only people allowed to pass into the checkpoints will be Harney County ranchers who own property in those specific areas. They will be required to show their papers, please. Additional arrests made in Arizona, and that was a joint statement by the FBI and OSP. Phoenix Division made a possible cause arrest of John Eric Richmeyer, age 32, on a federal charge related to the armed occupation in Harney County. He turned himself into the Peoria, Arizona Police Department. The rest was without incident. Richheimer, faces one federal felony charge of conspiracy to impede officers of the United States from discharging their official duties through the use of force, intimidation, or threats in violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 372. The FBI made the arrest in conjunction with a series of other arrests made by FBI and Oregon State Police in Harney County, Oregon, earlier this evening. That was last night. Yesterday, the following individuals also faced the same charge: Ammon Bundy, Ryan Bundy, Brian Cavalier, Sean Cox, Ryan Whalen, Joseph Donald Shaughnessy, Pete Santilli, and says we continue to work with the Harney County Sheriff's Department, or Dave Ward, his deputy's United States Attorney Office to address any further outstanding issues. As the investigation is ongoing, we cannot come up further at this time. All defendants are presumed innocent until killed or otherwise convicted. So let me go back over here. I want to see what Tom's had to say. In Oregon Alert, the chat we've got going over here. Thomas is coming up live. There's another Russian hooker. I wonder why I get all these requests on Skype. It's not like I watch porn. Yes, you have my prayers, Mary. Okay, where you at, Tom? Okay. Mary says, listen to the video of the lady that was in the car. Yeah, that was the one I was talking about earlier. Gun him down, hands up. Then, let's see. This is from Intel Hub. It says, live until battery's dead. Watch militia David Fry and brothers holding Oregon refuges. He vows to fight to death if attacked. Here is, Thomas said that I didn't find it. They said that they're claiming that Thomas armed this guy, David Fry. There's a video that goes along with it that comes from the live feed that he's been running since last night, or yesterday anyways. So the last updated at 9:24 a.m., all media outlets have left under instruction of the FBI in preparation for an all-out battle. Shots fired at drone in the air, eyes in the sky, 9:01 a.m., 8:55, one militia member The one who called his mom now called for all military and all patriots to come get some and fight for your country. The man said if law enforcement tried to stop you from coming, kill them. Older Navy SEALs are expected to parachute in and aid the paratrooper against the violent FBI siege. Boy, where does this come from? They're 30 minutes out. The shit's about to get real, and the mainstream is in full media blackout. In the high part, I believe. One militia member is on the phone with his mom and vows to die a free man. I was born for this. He said, we have God on our side, he told his mom. Boy, that always scares me. We're willing to lay down our lives. I want you to know your son is a good boy. I want you to know that. But I got to go, Mom, the man said before hanging up the phone. Update 810. There are some mad dog MFers I know that are coming to get some. One militia member was overheard saying to the female, suggesting the FBI they be walking into a trap. They're not going to walk into a trap. Tell you that. Will possibly be flanked later in the day. Yeah, I don't see that happen. Militia member Blaine Cooper is presumably in charge of militia operations at the refuge. 7:33 a.m. 7:22. Female. Let me go back and look at this. Yeah, hold on. I got a minute. Lady's testimony. Okay, yeah, that's going to come into that chat. That's on YouTube. There it is, breaking news. I'll open that real quick. Yeah, this is from IMA reporter, IMMA reporter, YouTube channel. Was Lavoy Finicum shot with hands in the air? Eyewitness audio testimony here. The breaking first-hand eyewitness audio testimony of one person's perspective on what happened to Lavoy Finicum on January 26, 2016. The witness you're going to hear was in the car with Lavoy, Ryan Payne, Ryan Bundy, and Shauna Cox. Shauna Cox is one of those that were detained. The federal agents fired the first and only shots, according to this testimony. The witness stated that Finnegan had his hands in the air when he was shot. There was not everybody in that. I guess the vehicles traveling for that community meeting. Not everybody was detained. It seems. Let me go back over and continue from this timeline event from Intel Hub. 7:22 a.m. Female militia member gives last wishes testimony to cameraman in full anticipation of being killed by authority. The woman also wished her two dogs be cared for in the event of her death. The woman is wielding an AK-47 U.S. variant with a 30-round clip. 3:56 a.m. So we're going backwards. Seems to be the way of things. FBI is moving in from both sides. A woman's voice could be heard on the live stream saying, Ruby Ridge, here we go. Thanks for staying, guys. Don't let us die in vain. Intel Hub. This is a civil war now. You know this, right? We're making history right here. One militia member could be heard saying on the live stream, ranting about how Lavoy Finicum was murdered by the FBI Tuesday in cold blood. Early Wednesday morning, militia member activist David Fry set the stream up and is scheduled to continue streaming as long as his batteries last. He has vowed to fight to the death if attacked by authorities who currently have the refuge surrounded. Fry said born children were evacuated from the compound. However, a pregnant woman and an embedded member of the militia, possibly a woman, remains. Fry does have here we go. Here it is, Tom. Fry does have a handgun in his possession given to him by, and this is slander, I think, or libel, that is. Fry does not have a handgun in possession. Does have one given to him by Tom Lockevar, RTR Media, and brandished it for the camera. Fry also is presumably well armed. Thomas has denied this allegation 100%. Media truck stand between the FBI and agents, but I guess they've left around and that was sunrise occurred at 7:18 a.m. Court note Peter Santilli is being held at the Multnomah County Jail and has no charges at this time, despite FBI reports. He was originally brought in by U.S. Marshals according to the jail's database, which later updated to Portland FBI. So I figure he was up in their face there, and that's been my guess the whole time why he was arrested. And I'm probably not going to be proven wrong on that. Well, hello in UCY. I'm just going to say I'm live. And those of you who know me know where I'm at. RealLibertyMedia.com. Somebody, you say something? Flash?
What?
Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, let me see here. That's what I'm going to do. Well, the interest in this is really just falling off. I was talking to Thomas in the chat there, group chat a little earlier, and I figure it's all going to be for naught. It'll all be forgotten, and people will be back to the Jersey Kardashians or whatever else it is, which is a shame. A lost opportunity to expose the corruption that is against us. Let's see here. This is from Zero Hedge. Showdown imminent. FBI sets up checkpoints around Oregon Refuge. I posted that over on my timeline on Facebook. Thank you, Karen A. DeMayo. You shared that link. And Caitlin Thompson as well. Okay, and you have checked the eyewitness statement captured on video? Yes, I have. I hope it's fed blood that flows. Ooh. Kill every last corrupt killer pig. Boy. Well, certainly if that's done by tribunal, right? Don Barthel shares a lot. Silence is consent. Stand Up America. Lysander Spooner and two others like that said, what is this? I don't have time to look right now. Bundy arrested. Oregon militia spokesman killed in confrontation, reportedly shot while holding his hands in the air. FreeKentucky.com. Thank you. Let me see here for a minute. Free Kentucky came from... did I get that in chatter? No, I got that from worldtruth.org. And I'm sorry I forgot who that was that shared that, but that is a good site. Let me just go ahead and grab that real quick, and I'll drop it off to reallibertymedia.com in the chat box there. That's a good site. It's got some lots of good links there, some videos. Headed back to Real Liberty Media. Hello, Juana. Hello, Gary. Grammy. Gary, Juana, Gary. I bet you Grim's in there somewhere too. Cowboy Tech, Asmo, Barman, Best Z, Cowboy Tech, Grimner, Keat, Rome's, Free and Slave, Grammy, Don, Java, Juana, All Last, Shouts to Don, Flash Somebody, Gary Hill, Ivy Don, Jesse Other, Meister Brow, Oslo, Vince, too, that's me, and also Vince, that's WTRLM, Vince, UCY. I see why. Do you see why? I do. I think I do. Okay. Hey, Gary. From Rome's website traffic is his reward for being an informant. I assume that's about Santilli. You ever see a mouse get in a pissing contest with an elephant? Yeah, Grammy. Volkswagen has joined. Welcome very much. I'm glad you're here. Sure, Volkswagen. I suppose it has been forgotten that Santilli was doxxed by Occupied Corporatism and Anon as being an FBI informant. Yeah, that's Suzanne Fosel, Vinny Eastwood. There's been a great amount of folks that have been talking against him, and by those that he's apparently screwed around. That's about the size of it, indeed, Gary. The pun. That is pretty good. About the size of it. Going back to the mouse and the elephant, you know. But I'm going to tell you what. If I tell you a mouse can pull a house, you can hook them up, and that's for sure. The mouse knows to use a strategy that works. He does. And I'm clipping and paraphrasing there. So, as I steal that quote to the paraphrase plagiarist. Indeed. All right, looks like we've got messages here on Skype. Look, Felicia, you've got nice boobies, but no, dear, no hookers on Skype. Thank you. Block. Goodbye. And Mice Kenmore. There's Grimner. I knew he was here. Mighty Mouse. All right, let me just go through and start maybe closing out some tabs. Wait a minute, let me roll down here. Oregon Alert. A reminder, let me grab the link here. Tom's coming up live here in about 29 minutes. Where it is, there it is. That is at Resurrected Republic. Actually, I better do another search because it's RTR Truth. Let me find out. RTR Truth Media, I believe, is where is set up for, especially for. Yeah. Oops, wrong one. That's the YouTube. I'll have to click back.
We are having technical difficulties.
There it is. Resurrected Republic, Dirty Uncle Sam. Wait a minute, that's still not the one I'm looking for. RTR Truth Media. Where you at, Tom? There it is. Blogspot. I'm going to grab that link for you guys. But there's going to be a flare in here. Perhaps not. There should be. Yeah, well, I'll go get let me go take this to chat. This is coming up here in less than half an hour. I'll be interested in listening to Tom today. There's Thomas's blogspot. And let's see here. Let me go back. And I'll go ahead and go to RTR Truth Media. That's on YouTube. Resurrect the Republic. Dirty Uncle Sam. Is it the same one? Tom is out there. He's got, he is well covering the fight against oppression. Listen live Monday to Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern. You can call in to listen or contribute. 1-800-313-9443. ResurrectTheRepublic.com. Taking that to RealLibertyMedia.com. Don't forget to check out WorldTruth.org. Alternative Facebook for the algorithms and all that good fun stuff. Okay. Got up to the roaring mouse. Here's Lavoie Finnegan wrote a book, Only by Blood and Suffering, Regaining Lost Freedom, a novel. So you might do a search and find out. Here's this video of that girl, and here's my caption, my copy and paste, paraphrase, plagiarism. Let's see if this will copy and tag to transfer. So let me try. No, it looks like not. I'll have to go gather that link a little better here. Click on it and then bring it to. Let's just listen to this. Let me plug in these speakers. Let's listen to this. Let me get some volume. Alright, hold on just a minute.
Like, use all of those fights, like what we're talking to Sharon, because you can put a bullet in my hand right now, like it is over we're going to talk to the sheriff.
Can you hear that all right, Flash?
I can, yeah. Yeah.
Chatters, Real Liberty Media. Is that coming through okay?
But really beautiful in the car, baby. Get women out of the car. Get out of the car. There is their issue, and Brian King was like, he was in the front, repeated the face. He's incredible. But anyhow, so he was like, he said he couldn't handle the window. He was trying to talk to them. He was one of the guys. He was like, I don't know. He's like, so he put his hands up the window and he said, we have women in the car, we trust them again. And he stuck his hand out and they shot at him, but they missed him. Or like,
okay, how's that? Any better?
They're going to shoot us. And so, Ryan decided to get out of the car and try to talk to them.
Yes.
And so he gets out of the car and then the guy tried to like talk to them. The driver was like, I'm just going to drive, but I'm just going to talk to the sheriff. And he's like, so either shoot me now or leave us alone. And they were just like, but you're in the car, put your hands up on it. So finally, he let his drive. So we all got down on the floorboards, and he took off, and then they started firing at us. Started shooting us a bunch of times, and then they had a roadblock set up. And so he ran into a snowbank, and they were like riddling the car with bullets. And then they, like, when we crashed, they stopped for a second. He got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, and rest. He's like, just shoot me then. It's just you want to shoot. And they did. They shot him dead. They shot him like right there because he was just walking with his hands in the air. And I saw it. I swear to God, he was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. They shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, shot him 3 more times. And then they bombarded our vehicle with bullets flying that hit his shoulder. We were laying down on the floorboard screaming, and they gassed us like 5 times. They kept trying to shoot us, and their angle was bad, so I don't know. We were praying like so hard. We were kicking like, stop, please, stop, please, stop. And we were just fiddling us with bullets. They kept gassing us over and over, and they couldn't breathe because of the gas. And we tried to find something white so that we could put a white flag out. And then I was trying to see because Ryan knew he got hit in the shoulder. So he was like, well, I don't think it's too bad though. So we were just trying to find a way to get out there. And then they hold on a second. I'm waiting.
Listen, Victoria, I recorded your testimony.
Okay.
All right, because if anything happens to you, I think it's really important to have that.
Okay, real quick. This is from I'm a Reporter. I have seen this re-uploaded to other sites, so I'm not exactly sure the author of the original video. I don't know the girl's name here, so you'll have to help cipher through a bunch of this, and that's going to be a big process, of course. So let me go back to play.
All right.
Okay, so let's just get this clear. Mr. Finnegans' hands were in the air when he was shot.
Yes.
Was he standing?
We saw him face up. His hands were still up after he was dead.
Okay, they shot him, and he went down, and then they shot him again on the ground?
Yeah, they shot him like at least 6 times.
The newspaper reports are just saying that 3 shots were fired, but that's not true.
No, are you kidding me? They shot at least 120 shots probably altogether.
Okay.
They were shooting the cars, and it's like a lot.
What side of the windows were the windows blown out on, the left or the right side?
Left.
Left side, okay. And
they kept hitting the right. They kept hitting the right side of the car too, but they didn't blow like the windows didn't come out. Like they were hitting the metal instead of the glass.
Okay. And so not one shot was fired by anybody in the car or by a Lavoie?
No one even touched their gun.
No one touched their gun?
no one pulled their gun out, no one touched the guy. We had no rifles. A couple of the guys just made them up, but no one touched them. They had, in fact, they had their hands out the window to show us they were not firing. They were nothing.
Okay, so when
we showed no aggression at all.
When Ryan Bundy was shot, both his hands were out the window and his head was out the window?
You know, at the time, he was on the floor of the car because that was when they were shooting at our vehicle. We couldn't get out of the car or we would have been dead.
Right, okay. And so how many police vehicles or how many vehicles would you say were involved in this encounter? FBI vehicles, etc.?
You know, I didn't count. I was really shaken up when they got out. We all noted that there was, like, a ton of vehicles. There was, I don't know, maybe 40 altogether.
Okay.
There was tons. There were people in the trees. They go to an ambush. It was a setup ambush or something because there's, like, people in the trees, FBI snipers and people in the trees because we saw them. They're all pointing their, like, I had, like, 20 waves or something when I was getting out of the car.
Okay. So Lloyd got out of the driver's seat and
when he crashed into the snowbank, then he immediately got out of the car. He had his hands in his, like, he said, just shoot me then because he didn't want to go down. He didn't want to, but he did not, he just had his hands in the air and he said, well, he's just going to shoot me, and then they just shot him.
And how many shots would you say that were fired when they shot him the first time?
The first time that he shot.
When they shot him, did you hear multiple rounds?
Yes, I did. He got hit by several people. Like, it was like simultaneous, and we were like, what? Because we couldn't believe it. It shocked us because he had his hands in the air. We couldn't believe that they were actually going to shoot him. And we're like, what? Is he dead? Is he dead? And then I was like, because we knew that he had gotten shot, we could hear him, and I was like, but I didn't see him come out, and I just thought about them. And then he started firing at the car, the people again. And then they wouldn't let us out. And, it was just scary.
About how long would you say they fired at the car before they finally stopped?
Somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes.
Victoria, we're going to be praying for you, okay? And you know, I have this recorded because I fear for your life. I feel like if you were one of the few people, you're not under arrest, but you were a witness, a direct eyewitness to what happened. So I wanted to get this down, and I wanted to document this as well as I could. Who was driving? So LaVoy was driving the car, and Ryan was in the front seat.
No, Ryan was in the front seat, but during the incident, he got out when they first stopped us. He stopped in the middle of the road and told them we're going to talk to the sheriff. He said, and then when they fired the first shot, it was actually at that plane. Ryan had both his hands out the window and his head, and then they shot at him.
That was the first shot?
That was the first shot.
Okay, so...
And that's when they knew that's when we knew that they were that business, that they were serious. And then I'm talking to someone in Michigan that is with us, because recording this, just in case I am. So that was the first shot, and then he ended up getting out of the car, because they stopped shooting. He got out of the car, then after we started driving again, the shot. That's when they started shooting at us again. So, but we had lasers on us the whole time. Ready to shoot.
Okay, so Ryan got out of the car. Did he ever get in the car before he took off?
No, he was arrested, or he was taken into custody at least. I don't know if he was arrested, because all of us were taken into custody. He was with us. Like, we all got transported together, and then they separated all of us.
And that's Ryan Payne you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, and where was Ryan Bundy?
He was in the backseat of the car beside me. I was actually, I had fallen asleep on him. I had fallen asleep on him right when we got pulled. pulled over. I was asleep, and then I woke up when the whole thing started going down.
So you were
sitting to the left of me.
Okay, so you were in the middle?
Yes.
And then the other lady?
On my right.
Who was?
Shauna Cox.
Shauna Cox on your right, Ryan Bundy on your left. And you were headed to go see the sheriff?
We were going to this meeting that was going on, so all of us just were going to sing, and the sheriff was going to be there, and a bunch of ranchers. We were just going to talk, maybe do some negotiations, and we were going to sing. And so that was all, and then we were ambushed. I mean, it was known that we were going to go, so they probably decided to choose that area maybe because it was really wooded and everything, and we didn't have any phone service. So.
Okay. All right, well, listen, I'm going to be up. You want to call me at any time during this, okay? Because I can't do much. I can pray for you guys, but I can also try to document as best as possible to make sure that the story is not, because right now the media is reporting that 3 shots were fired.
No, that's all.
Okay.
Of course, media is going to report that, but.
Right, well.
Are you kidding me? The car? Have you seen the vehicle?
No.
It's completely covered with gunshots.
Well, no, they're not going to release that because they don't want,
He's probably not being told it himself.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you. So, now let me ask you this. Do you want this story to get out?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop the recording and I'm gonna see how well it's turning out. I'm gonna be able to determine if I can hear you clearly and determine, and I mean, I am willing to try to get this out there to any media outlet that I possibly can. That will, independent media, but I need to know, so is your family back at the refuge?
You're not. Hold on a second. Someone's calling me.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Bye-bye. I'll be back.
Bye.
Okay, I've got to reconnect myself over here.
Plug in Captain Quirk.
Captain Quirk. As I'm trying to do all this computation here. Okay, I've got it set next for Resurrected Pump. Got a truck.
I need to be the one to bring the
that's me. Let me go stop.
As a manager level when it comes YouTube.
That was definitely reconnected. I've seen part of this video. So a lot of people, of course, download paraphrasing, they're plagiarizing, which to me is not so bad after all. What we have information to relay, to share, to take a look at together and try to make sense of what's going on. Okay, so here I'm being distracted. I've got the Flecker set, Republican Broadcasting Network for Tom, and so we got about 10 or 12 more minutes here. More like one. Over there. Back to roll every media. Okay, so yeah, it is next up. Storming.
You can always call Spock to the bridge.
Stalin, Captain America. You're in the way. Get out of the way. Yeah. Okay, I moved you. Waiting for next so I can copy that. There it is. Oops. Not that much. Talk about it. So, I'm kind of rolling in post-production here right now. Yes, a few more minutes, but a few more things here that to accomplish yet before the end of the hour. Come on. All right, there you go. Let me go. Stop. Oh, and you're so quick, man. If you guys see me, I look like a monkey. So,
Your feedback. Your feedback is back, too.
Oh, yeah, because I've done my feedback over my microphone. I'm going to quit trying to do that for a minute. I guess I need to unplug that. I'm over here trying to do things and not done things in order. And that's the problem. If things are not done in order, they're not getting out. Right? Production. Flip this back on. Hello. Can you hear me now? It's only good.
Yeah, you sound like you're making cereal. Now you're done. Yes.
Cereal was good. Okay. I'm going to copy it from here. I got you, Barman. Ha 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 ha. Barman's awesome. Come check out Barman over at reallibertymedia.com and see what you find at worldtruth.org. Warts. No, we'll not find warts. We find mercenaries. Photos need to go viral. Free enslaved acts. All resistance is met with force. About to sum them up. Yeah. Lies are lies. You lie. LFL in America. Want a taco? Want a taco? How about a sandwich? Ham sandwiches. You will consume the feed provided for you.
But we'll never tell you where it came from.
Well, you may not want to know where it came from. All right. No, for real.
Wow.
So, I'm going to wait for that bubble to pop up because I like the way when it pops up the chat. The show now. Scam. Welcome to Real Liberty Media. So, this is Real Liberty Media Radio. This has been the Oregon Live Update. This has been a special edition from Flash over in Denmark and me over here in Hills, Arkansas. This is no time for rational thinking. Never is, it seems. Or always is. I don't know. What do you think? Grimner, they will indict you if you are. That's right, huh? Yeah, who was that federal prosecutor said he can indict a ham sandwich. That's not justice, that's just us, the good old boys. The good old boy club, right? Want to ham it up, baby?
No.
Frogs have work. Froggy's over there at UCY, I bet you right now. UCY.tv. Thanks, Jules. Lots of great broadcasting over there. An incredible lineup. UCY.tv. I suggest you go check them out. Rums. I just started to use the mindset that everyone is an agent. Yes. Agent provocateur. No. We are all spies. I was called a spy. Yeah, one time. Yeah, I'd heard a little something through the grapevine out here, and I'm not going to say who from because he slipped up. But I like to use these little things, these little tools that for understanding. I'm going to lean back and share and talk for a minute. So there is in examining things. There's what methods you might use. Depends on what it is you're examining. If you're examining a person, you can tell a lot by speech, their inflection, just by listening, not even without looking. But when you have the advantage of being able to look at them, there's just little quirks, little tales that cannot be hit except by the very, very best, and even then they give themselves away. These psychopaths and sociopaths and the seats of decision and the so-called governance upon us, man, they're not even trying anymore, are they? No. Just out and out. Obvious fabrication and lies in your face. When was it you think that in Nazi Germany, when somebody was asked for papers to produce those papers, that when did people start becoming okay with that? for jackbooted thugs kicking in your door. When is that going to be okay here? Well, it's already happened. Is it okay? Or is it not? I understand we all don't have the perception of what it is that we try to talk about. Me, and so many others. There's many of me. I find that in my process of thinking, I like to come from a complete other perspective, as perhaps by another's perspective, and do as best I can in looking at it from that direction. So, therefore, from the far left to the far right, I find great value in all parts of it. And in all of that, left to right is the whole. And that whole, you can't see it with that if you stand at one point. You can't not get up, walk around, get up on top of the hill and look down. You don't have to run down the rabbit holes to know a rabbit's going to pop up another hole over there. Goes down one and comes up another. It might not even be the same rabbit, but they look the same. So it's not important that so much as to be able to go down that rabbit hole. You don't have to go down the rabbit hole. All you got to do is sit up on the hill and watch what's going on. Use the trivium. Don't start with how. How is this happening? And you can't even start with why. You can back yourself up. That's okay. That's how some people do it, and that's okay. But then when you start and you get back to the beginning, then go forward again and re-examine it. Take another look. And I'm going to tell you, if you can't step out away from your own dogma, your own ideology, your own ideas and notions, you can't help but be trapped in a paradigm not of your own, because you think it's so original for yourself. You think, oh, I got this figured out. But I guarantee you, and I'm certain that I probably fall in there somewhere as well, it's provided. It's provided, the dialectic is provided for us. And it is very important to be able to question even the most absurd, to be able to talk about the most absurd in some points. There's Brock. Okay, broadcast starting soon. Thank you, Thomas. I see you. 3 minutes. So look, I'm going to say c'est la vie for today. Bonjour. I speak French. You see that? Bonjour. Not really. I'm reading over here. Hi, Moose. Brow. Rome. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Cirque, for all your help over production in Flash. Somebody had to do it, and it had to be you. Thank you, baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. So, this has been your Idiot at the Mic. I'm Vince. Thanks, you guys. Peace. Big love. Aloha nui.